Hello YouTube, what's up guys? MainManSWE here, hoping everyone is doing great as always. So I just wanted to give you all an update on YouTube. A little bit of a disappointing situation. We watched the roundtable yesterday, me and my guys here on the stream. It was 2 hours and 40 minutes, and I think it was like, I don't know, 15 minutes of entertainment and then 2 hours and 25 minutes of them discussing some sometimes mildly interesting stuff, but for the most part it was like, Jesus Christ, get on with it, let's get to the reveals. And Tekken had absolutely nothing to show whatsoever. It was worst case scenario for me. Harada simply showed yet again the Netflix Tekken anime trailer, and then in terms of games he just said, guys, there's a good timing for things. I know everyone wants a reveal, but there's a good timing for things. And then he started talking about other things, and I was just sitting there like, you know, for God's sakes, you're there with other Japanese FGC developers. You guys are discussing your games. That's your passion, games. And then only has to show is it's not even a game. It's like, oh, look, we have a Netflix series. And okay, that's great. I'm super hyped for it. Looking forward to that. But I can't help but feel a little bit disappointed as a Tekken fan, because it's like, when was the last time you guys gave us an update? It's like, it's been well over a year, and you haven't even officially said that Tekken 7 is over. That hasn't even officially been said. You know, we've just stopped receiving updates. So yesterday, he failed to even say that, you know, Tekken 7 is over and done with. And then in terms of what's going to happen going forward, we got no word whatsoever. So it's a little bit, I don't know, you feel a little bit taken for granted. So now we are in the position where you think, okay, so now's not the good timing. No, there's no mention of a time frame. So that leads everyone to believe, okay, so maybe Evo. Evo will be in August. That's usually a good time to do big fighting game reveals. So hopefully, but that's still a maybe. And that's in 5 months time. So now you're like, okay, we've been waiting well over a year. I thought personally we were going to get a big reveal in like February or March. Turns out that wasn't a good timing, and we get nothing. We don't hear anything. And now I'm just looking at my watch and I'm like, okay, so now they expect us to go an additional 5 months is my guess, without updates. And then for Evo, I will yet again be sitting there like this. I hope we get something, because then I guess if they feel Evo or the timing isn't right, and then it's just again a big old question mark. Will it be in December or end of year game show? So yeah, I wish I had better news, but it's I don't know. It's like Tekken's doing super well. Tekken 7 really is the golden age of Tekken. This has surpassed Tekken 3 in base game sales. Tekken 3 was 8.5 million. Tekken 7 is at 9 million. It will probably hit the 10 double figures, 10 million most likely by the end of it. And of course, this does not include DLC. We know Tekken 7 has sold a shit ton of DLC, which is why we got 4 seasons. So by far the most successful Tekken game, meaning we should really knock it out of the park with the sequel. So really, golden age of Tekken, but I can't help but be a bit disappointed at the developers. It feels like we are taken for granted, and they can't take us for granted. I mean, I'll be there for Tekken 8. Tekken 7, I think, is the by far the most steady and consistent fighting game on Steam. It is still at like 2K, 3K concurrent concurrent players on Steam. And that is unbelievable considering it dropped in 2017. And every other fighting game dropped after that, including Mortal Kombat, including Guilty Gear Strive. They just start plummeting, and quickly. But Tekken 7 always keeps its fan base there, you know. The people who are dedicated to Tekken are dedicated, to say the least. But I feel like that's also, it's a double-edged sword. It's like, the game is great, but yeah, I feel like that leads these developers to believe that they can just go forever without telling us anything. I don't know, I just can't think of any other company that does this, or developer towards its fans. I feel like every other fighting game, you get to know what's going on. And I feel like the Tekken developers are a little bit behind on that. There's still problems with transparency. I wish they were more open about what's going on. Would it really have been impossible for Harada to just say, Tekken 7 has done really well, and we have now stopped updating the game. We're so happy with how the game performed, but now it's over. We are looking towards the future. Even though I can't make any definitive announcements today, we are working on a future title. We are working hard. And in that title, we're gonna work even harder on modernizing the product, stability. We're looking at rollback netcode. We maybe want to, in terms of story, you know, try and elevate things. There are things you can say, in my opinion, without like feeling you're giving away something huge. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. So yeah, I just wanted to give everyone a heads up on YouTube. So I was very disappointed yesterday, but today I'm feeling a bit better. But it's still a big letdown, being an enormous fan of this franchise. Like, you know how big of a fan I am of Tekken. And now it just frustrates me to no end that we've been waiting so long already. Felt like a no-brainer that we get something like spring, early 2022, and now it's like maybe baby in August, in 5 months. So yeah, a little bit of a disappointing situation, but one thing, if you want to remain positive, and that's what I'm trying to do, just know that this is the most successful Tekken game of all time. And with Tekken 8, they're probably going to be really ambitious. They are going to want to follow this up, you know, with something big. So, yeah, we're getting jerked around now. No information. But I'm confident when Harada does show something, it's going to be special. So that's how I'm trying to look at it. So thanks for listening to me, everyone. And that's the update. The update is there's no update. Take care.